What's up, guys? This is Setsman. I'm coming to you with an updated deck profile this week. This week, I wanted to do Yosenjus, and I do feel like these guys have a certain amount of viability just simply because they do normal summon a lot, and they can do like a lot of different tricks and like little things that like are really annoying. So, yeah, let's just get into it. I play 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, 3, and 2 Sujik. That's pretty standard. Um, 1. He allows you to just send things back to hand. This is why I'm not playing Compulse, just simply because he does it himself. Uh, comma 2 can attack your opponent directly, and comma 3, when you deal damage to your opponent, you get to search. So these two are probably the best, just working together. This guy is, like, he's good, but he's not as good as these two, just simply because he targets, and targeting is not a good thing right now. Sujik, the reason why I'm only playing 2 is because you can't get a normal summon off of him. Unlike the rest of these guys, you can normal summon immediately after they are normal summoned. So Sujik, like, that's why I only play 2, because 3 would be rather cloggy. He's just there to make sure you get more damage on board and whatnot. 3 Jurageto, I feel like this is actually really necessary, just simply because these guys, like, you're playing a low attack point deck, and the main function of the deck is just to do damage and search. And then also be a little bit disruptive. So Jurageto is actually pretty decent in that regard, in letting you get more damage on comma 2, or getting higher attacks with comma 3 or comma 1. I play 1 bear to search out the tanky. I think that's like kind of necessary. Also, Jurageto helps with bear, so why not? And then I also play 1 Gravekeeper's Commandant because I play 2 Necro Valley. I feel like this is a little bit more viable than Terraforming, just simply because he's a monster, a level 4 monster, so you can normal summon him if you absolutely need to. Or you can just discard him. Yes, this does like, there are cards like out now that can actually like disrupt him, but a lot of people don't use the bunk, and there's like a new promo card that just came out that can be kind of disruptive to hand trap. So it's just like, he's not, it's fine at 1. 2 Pot of Duality. 3 can get a little bit annoying. Not necessarily cloggy, because Pot of Duality can be pretty useful, but the fact that you can only activate 1 per turn is a little bit annoying, and that's really the big reason why I'm playing 2. 3 Tenki. This searches out pretty much everything but Jurageto. 2 Necro Valley. Feel like the double Necro Valley is actually like really necessary, just simply because it shuts down the ships in Cosmos. They cannot activate their they have to they have to banish themselves to activate their effects, and that's a big integral part to getting them back in the hand with Cosmotown. So Necro Valley helps shut them down, and also shuts down Damage Juggler. So that's actually really uh, important, just simply because they can't get that search off of that. Uh, and then finally, it's just good for decks that like to constantly recur monsters from the graveyard. Like, it shuts down Norden. Like, I wouldn't have Norden with this at the same time. I would probably try to play Norden beforehand before activating this. Duh. But if I can't help it, I can't help it. But yeah, so the double Necro Valley, yeah. 3 MST, double Forbidden Lance, because you don't want your commas to be disrupted in any way, shape, or form. You want them to stay on the field and go back to your hand. If they get Breakthrough'd, if they get Veilered, if they get Fiendish Chain, then Forbidden Lance is like your saving grace here, because you do not want these guys to stay on the field at the end of your turn, just so because then you can get more effects and whatever. Double Norden, just so you can recur them. 1 Dark Hole, 1 Raigeki. Double lose 1 turn, because the majority of the deck is in fact normal summoning. So lose 1 turn is necessary. 1 Storming Mirror Force. This is just a tech choice that gets around destruction effects, specifically those of Cosmos ships and anything, and like plush fire. So Storming Mirror Force, I feel like, is a necessity. 1 Macrocosmos. This can disrupt Cosmos. There's a pun there. Somewhat. It's not like ridiculous. It's like, it hurts them a little bit, but it doesn't like technically slow them down. Like, it can sometimes benefit them, like if you attack into a farm girl, and then they just get it back rather than it going to the graveyard. But it does disrupt their ships, because they have to be sent to the graveyard to get their special summoning effect off. And it can disrupt Perform Mages, particularly Trick Clown, or or damage juggler, because then they just get immediately banished. One bottomless, one solemn, one vanities because this deck again normal summons, and one torrential because typically on your opponent's turn you shouldn't have anything on your side of the field unless it's like one of these two. So that's why that's there. For the extra deck, double Norden, one Lightning Chodori, one Tiger King, one 101, one Steelstorm Roach, one Daigusto, one Karen Gorgon, one Abyss Dweller, one number 52 Diamond Crab King. I typically wouldn't go into this just for this deck, just the way the deck runs. My recommendation for this, if you don't want to play this card, if you don't have it, it's not seeing a lot of play right now, is to just have two Castell or double 101 or just something that's just does a lot of damage to your opponent. Maybe double Abyss Dweller if you so choose. One Castell, one 103, one Dark Rebellion, one Cowboy, and finally one Heartland Drago. I do play continuous spells and spells that tend to stick around, like Necro Valley. So Heartland Draco can be very useful in that regard. So thank you guys for watching this deck profile. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And of course, guys, have a nice day.